Good evening and welcome to beautiful Elk Grove Village, where it's senior night here tonight. And for the football squad of Elk Grove High School, both schools tonight are 2-5 and looking to get back into the win column. Bob, how does Elk Grove do that against the Mustangs of Rolling Meadows High School?
Well, you feel like it's a pick'em game. You know, Rolling Meadows is 2-5, 1-2 in conference. Elk Grove is 2-5, 1-2 in conference, right? Last week, Rolling Meadows lost to Hersey, but by a lot, 42-7. And Elk Grove lost to Prospect, 55-22. So you expect not a lot of defense, but I'm encouraged by Elk Grove's offense with 22 points anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Most of the rain has passed here tonight. It is wet on the field, but we're in for a barn burner between these two teams, so we'll see how the game plans out for both squads. Right now, Joe, sit back and enjoy senior night here as we're about underway. He's Bob Vilsolet, and I'm Chris Randall on the call as we're about to get kicked off here at Elk Grove High School with Rolling Meadows kicking us off.
And this is dubbed the annual cereal bowl. So people are supposed to bring cereal today, and then it gets donated to the Elk Grove Food Bank. So this is a cereal bowl.
Yeah.
And a lot of pink.
Yeah, pink out here. Cereal bowl. We love to hear that.
Yep. And we see pink socks in some of the players.
And we are underway officially here. And it is going to be fair caught by Lucas Rogers of Elk Grove. So we'll get the first look of Danny Pastersky, the quarterback for the Grens. Last week for the Grens, they had 4 total turnovers, but were 6-10 on the third down conversion, 221 total pass yards, 111 of them were passing, and 110 were rushing. But on the defensive end, they gave up 283 total rush yards. So stopping the run is definitely going to be the key here for the Grens this evening. As Przerski hands it off up the middle, and he's going to be stopped extremely early as maybe picks up 2 yards.
Yeah, I like the play call right away. Just run up the middle, keep the defense honest. Eventually, obviously, you're going to end up going wide. As an offensive coordinator, if I were in charge, of course, I'd want to run wide, run left, run wide, run right, you know, get people tired that way. But you got to hammer up the middle a few times, and sometimes you just got to stay patiently, continue to do that.
Yeah, well, without a doubt, I think tonight is going to be a lot more of rushing the football, which could make clock keep moving and limit the possessions by both teams. Just because of these conditions here, we may not see the pass come out as much. Przerski, man in motion, that's Lucas Rogers. They do hand it off to him on the jet sweep. Makes 2 defenders miss and will then be brought down around the 27-yard line. That play could have gone for negative yards as Rogers almost was caught off in the backfield.
I like that run, though. Run right. They got the yards they needed. Now they're, 3 yards from a first down. So now the wide field is to the left. So, again, if I'm running the offense here, I would try to go left. Of course, if you're rolling Meadows, you want to make sure that your end contains that run so it can't get around at the end. But that's what I would try to accomplish here. If you do a play action, again, you might look at a play action to the left where the wider side of the field is there. See what they do.
Yeah, we still have yet to see the first pass of the game. Przerski is in the shotgun formation. He's just a junior here for this Grenadiers team. So we'll see a lot more of him next year, and he'll be playing on the senior night next year as well. They do hand it off, and it's a big hole. That's Daryl Hunt. Daryl Hunt, he's off to the races. Lucas Rogers, his teammate, is the only one going to catch him. Daryl Hunt with a huge play to start off this game. 74-yard touchdown for Daryl Hunt. And the Grenadiers are off and shooting here this evening.
Good thing the offensive coordinator didn't listen to me. He ran right up the middle and ran for some 70 yards, right? If it would run left, that was where Rolling Meadows was waiting on defense. There was no safety behind that play.
It was a huge hole created by the offensive line, and Daryl Hunt just shot up right up the middle of it and was able to take it to the house. And it's a great way to start the senior night here for the Grenadiers.
Boy, you said that right. And, of course, Rolling Meadows last week giving up 42 points to Hersey. I mean, you're already giving up, just the first minute of play, first 2 minutes of play. You're giving up the first touchdown of the game on what? The third play from scrimmage.
Yeah. And last week, my apologies, Rolling Meadows only gave up 18 rushing yards. So that was about triple what they gave up last week. As the kick here is up and good. And we're at 7-0 before you could blink your eye.
Well, now we're going to see what the Rolling Meadows offense has here.
Yeah.
And then to your point earlier, you were talking about the field. It is slip. It's been slick. It's been raining, kind of drizzling, you'd say, all day long. So the field's definitely wet. So going for the passes and defense is it's going to be hard to first stop that play, and then secondly, the receivers' cuts won't be as sharp. We'll see if the ball gets into the air much, though. We haven't seen a pass yet.
Yeah. I think both defenses may play a little more conservative, as with the offenses, until both teams get a feel for this game and the turf's conditions down below.
Well, without teasing the defenses too much, because obviously they work really hard. But, yeah, the defenses are conservative. They're giving up lots of points.
That's very true.
Both teams are playing prevent defense, right? Let the teams go down. But here, Elk Grove went down in 3 plays, 1 long run. And what was odd is not seeing a safety back there, or the safety took the wrong gap. And he was just off to the races way too easily.
Yeah. You said it. Both of these teams are giving up a lot of points. For the Grens, they've given up 195 points through 7 games. And for the Mustangs, they've given up 238 before the start of this one, but you can count another 7, so 245 given up for Rolling Meadows so far this year. And as Matt Martirano shoots this one away, it is going to be brought out and carried by Rolling Meadows before being hit around the 30-yard line. Looked to be number 8, Quincy Johnson.
I was intrigued by the speed there. It looked like if he just got around Quincy Johnson, right, he had a lot of green turf to go the rest of the way. So I like the speed on that return. We have to look for that later on. I think if I'm Elk Grove, I might put the ball on the other side of the field next time.
Yeah, definitely try and keep it out of Quincy Johnson's hands because he may break one off. Well, now we get to see our first look of Joe Bringham, a sophomore for Rolling Meadows, starting here for the varsity squad. Bringham in the shotgun, handing it off to his running back, and he's got a bigger hole too, and he will pick up about 6 yards. We'll get a number for you on the ball carrier.
Well, I like that, though. The run up the middle, a little cross, a little misdirection, but ultimately up the middle, got 6 yards on that first down gain. So even though it's out of the shotgun, it's kind of a running offense here. Yep. So far, 1 play, 6 yards. Rolling Meadows doing all right.
Vinny Piccolio, the junior for Rolling Meadows, seems to be the main back as he's back right to the right of Bringham again. And he does get the handoff. This one's going to be taken down right away. Maybe picks up a yard after the spin. That was Berkowitz, the tight end and defensive back for the Grants.
Yeah, that play obviously got stuffed, right? So we're back 3rd and 6. Now, you might think they're in a passing situation, so they'll see if they throw it. On the second down, I like the idea of running it because you got to make sure that Elk Grove can stop the run before they force you to pass. But it looks like they've done that. They've stopped the run. Now you're forced to pass in 3rd and 6.
See here, and
it's another way to get yards.
Yeah, exactly. This is going to make it to 3rd and 1 as the Grens fall off sides here. So 3rd and short coming for the Meadows squad.
Yeah, I think this puts them now back into that running situation. Now, what I always wonder is in this spot, I felt like they only moved the ball up 4 yards in that. Well, anyway, so we think they moved up 5 yards, right? Yeah. And it puts them, 3rd and 2. I would think that they would change the play call, but it doesn't look like we're going back and rehuddling.
And a fake handoff to Bringham. He delivers the pass, and it's a good one. Completed to Jack Anderson before being pushed out of bounds around the 30-yard line of the Grens. Great play action there for the Meadows squad.
Well, you said that right, and that was a really nice, perfectly thrown ball for, I don't know, I have to do the math, but about a 30-yard gain at the end of it. What a great play, and what a great play call. And what I'm intrigued by is it was a play-action call, and they didn't change the call unless it was audible to the line of scrimmage. Yeah. So it was the same call at 3rd and 6 versus at 3rd and, I guess it was 3rd and 7, and then it turned out to be 3rd and 2. Great play call.
So we can see that the QB, Joe Bringham, can use his legs a little bit and also throw on the run. So Grens are going to have to keep a note of that and contain him as much as they can. A new back into the backfield, that's Nathan Borzinski of Rolling Meadows. Man in motion, they're going to hand it off to Borzinski, and this is a big hole for him for being fallen down right around the 9-yard pickup towards the 24-yard line.
And again, right up the middle, hammering the middle, seeing how much you can get. It reminds me of those plays when you run up the middle. You get 3 yards in the cloud of dust. Well, here, little rubber pellets, right? So, you go up the middle, but the rubber pellets aren't flying today because they're all wet and they're sitting in the ground.
Zach Allen was the ball carrier instead of Nathan Berzinski. So Allen still remains in the game to the right of Bringham. 3 receivers to the left. And it is another handoff to Allen. Allen picks up the first down before falling to the ground. We'll see exactly where they mark him, but it looks like the guy on the far side is showing first down for the Mustangs.
Yeah, it's high school games. The first time I really learned that was, Bennett, right? Every time you get near the first down line, the first down line is near the football. They give you credit for the first down. I think the high school referees just don't like to measure, but so far they haven't moved the stick. So yeah, it looks like it's right at the first down marker.
It is saying 3rd and 1.
Yeah.
It's a very, very short one.
Yeah, I think the line of scrimmage marker on the sideline isn't portraying where the football is on the field. If they were to measure, it looks like the nose of the football is a first down. I'm surprised they didn't get credit for it.
And there's going to be an offsides or false start here for Rolling Meadows. Maybe a break, as they was stopped into the backfield right away. Maybe Allen stopped because of he heard the whistle and the Grenadiers player did not. Either way, we're going back 5 yards. 3rd and 6 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, it was clearly illegal procedure, so it goes back 5 yards. So unfortunately, you were 3rd and inches, and not getting that first down is a huge call by the refs, right? So now you're 3rd and 5 and a couple of inches. So now they are changing the play here. So whatever they had called 3rd and inches, now it is a different play call for here at 3rd and 5 yards and a couple inches.
Yeah, ball's right in the middle of the field, so they could work either side if they really want. We'll see what side they do go to. There's 2 receivers to his right. Fake handoff, and they're going to do the same exact play. This one's not going to get the first down, though. It will be about 4th and 3, and see if the Mustangs keep the offense on the field.
Well, I think they will. They will. It's almost like video game football. If they're anywhere near a first down marker and they have 4 downs, they're going to go for it for many reasons, right? Yeah. I mean, the punter could put him back into the coffin corner, as they say, right? But the field goal is probably a little too far range-wise, right? Sometimes those punts don't go very far, and you end up, gaining 5 yards on the punt. You may as well go for it. And that's what they're doing here. And down by 7, down by 1 score.
Yeah, with the start that the Grenadiers had, it feels like Rolling Meadows is already backs against the wall. If they get, this could be possibly the first half here. Get the conversion, you possibly go score a touchdown. If not, you give the balls in the Grenadier position here. As Rolling Meadows will call a timeout to retalk this one over, as we're halfway through this first quarter.
Yeah, so my guess there is they came out and they had their play call and they looked at the defense and then said, maybe I don't like that. Now, it is possible, too, the play clock, was expiring. We don't have access to that clock from here, so we don't. It's not on the scoreboard anywhere. It's down on the field. So could be the time was running out before they had to get the play. But I'm thinking that they looked at the defense and said, I think we got the wrong play call here. Let's do something different.
Yeah, I do wonder if they trot out the field goal unit. Like you said, it's a little far here for a high school player. But when we were sitting up here before, the kicker at least was at the 50-yard line, just kicking it all the way into the end zone. Yeah, he was 5 to 7 yards behind the ball before getting his running start, but it seemed like he had a leg on him.
Well, I was at the Fenwick game last week, and they made a 43-yarder. They're at the 24-yard line. You add 17 to it, so it's a 41-yard kick here, but they're going for it.
Yep, 4th and 4. And it looks to be a QB draw. He's out to the middle, and he's going to make a bad throw. Intended receiver was for number 7, Jack Anderson. Looked like he lost his footing trying to come back to the ball. I do think that Brigham could have ran for that one if he wanted.
I agree with you. I'm surprised he went to throw the ball. It was also rolling to his left. I didn't expect that. Like you said, the ball was in the middle of the field. Generally, you would like to go right with your right hand if you can, but obviously you're trying to do the alternative play, go back to the left, but that throw is unfortunately, it's just a one hopper to the receiver, and you said the receiver lost his footing to come back to the ball. I mean, nobody would have been able to keep their footing to catch that one.
Absolutely not.
Unfortunately, it just wasn't a good play, or it probably was a good play call. It just wasn't executed well at the end of the day. So it's a turnover, and Elk Grove with the ball up by a score.
Yep, on their 27-yard line, we'll get to see the second look of Przerski and the offense. First drive was a Darrell Hunt 74-yard touchdown. Grenz throw this one in the air. Took a shot down the field towards Dominic Belmonte. Was a step in front of the defender, but was just outside the reach. We go to 2nd and 10.
Well, it was well covered. I like the play, though, deep down the middle, right? There wasn't safety help either, so it was essentially a one-on-one. He had a step, but unfortunately the step was in kind of a hard angle to make that pass, and it was a frozen rope. I think if you put some air under the ball and let the receiver run under it, that could have been more likely for a completion than throwing a frozen rope, and it was just a window that was too tiny. So incomplete, 2nd and 10, and it's the first pass we've seen Elk Grove throw. A little surprised they did that after 3 runs and a touchdown.
Yeah. Definitely, we'll see if they go to the run here. before the games that we've seen and on this home field, it has been more of an air raid for this Grenadiers team, as last year it was run first, run first. Here's the handoff to Daryl Hunt. He's going to be stopped. Maybe he looks like he picks up 3 yards, 2 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and long for this Grenadiers offense on their second drive.
Well, and that's what happens when you pass and you don't complete it, and that's obviously why teams like to throw short, get part of the 10 yards. But he was, I like the play call when you do throw it deep because that keeps the defense back. Maybe Rolling Meadows keeps the safety back, and then you have fewer people in the box. You can run against it even more successfully than before.
Yeah.
So I like stretching the defense out.
Clock is still moving after the run. We're about 5 minutes left to go in this first quarter. Grenz leads 7-0 with the ball. 3rd and 8, though, on their own 30-yard line. Przerski gets a little bit of pressure. Screen pass to Hunt. There's a lot of room, and he's got some blockers. Hooks up the first down, makes a couple-man miss, and will be brought down inside Rolling Meadows territory at the 47-yard line. Great 3rd down play call. Meadows brought the pressure, and they just dump it off to Daryl Hunt.
Boy, you hit that on the head, though. What a great play call. I think the offensive coordinator was pretty happy with that one. You're right, the pressure came, but I wasn't sure that they were blitzing on it. They just did a great job letting the defense line come through. They ran the screen to where the defense wasn't, and it was a great play call on 3rd down.
So it looks like Daryl Hunt is going to be a lot of the workload and the possible success here for the Grens on the offensive side. One, due to the conditions here tonight, but also it seems like he's got the hot hand every time he touches the ball. It's a big gain for this Grenadiers offense. And this one, QB draw, it's going to go for maybe a yard, but it looks like that far ref is marking him short and doesn't even pick up a yard.
Yeah, more and more I'm starting to not like the quarterback draws for several reasons. I mean, the Bears like to do it with Fields, and of course, Philadelphia with Hurts, and it's been very effective, at least with Philadelphia. And of course, last year you'd say it was successful for Fields, but I don't think I like calling the quarterback number. I think if the quarterback ad-libs and gets yards, that's okay. But when you call the quarterback draws, all you're doing is you're clobbering your quarterback, getting a little bit nicked up, and then you're expecting to throw a perfect pass on 2nd and 10 for first down. And I think, maybe it shouldn't purposely get your quarterback tackled.
Yeah. Daryl Hunt exits the ball game right now, and Jeremiah Pickett enters and pulls that one out, pass out towards Matt Martirano. He's going to pick up a couple, and it's going to be about 3rd and 6 here for the Grens.
Yeah, one of Nagy's favorite plays, right? The receiver screen, right? Yeah. So 3rd and 6, you said, right? And it's on the right side of the field, so if you're looking to pass, if it were me, I think I'd send a receiver wide left to take somebody with them and then look, over the middle. There's not a lot of space on the right side, of course.
This is where we may see a little bit of Dylan Berkowitz. He is the 3rd tight end and has been had the good connection here with Przerski. So we'll see he is lined up and in the slot position per se. He's behind the line. Goes for a block, stays on it, and it is handed off. It's going to be short of the 1st down marker, but only by a yard. We'll see if the Grens go for this one.
Yeah, I like the play call, though, right up the gut, right? So you're past midfield, so I think you're beyond deciding you want to punt, perhaps. So it's kind of 4-down territory. Well, if you throw a pass, it's incomplete. It's 4th and 5, a long way to go. But by running it, it's 4th and short. Although it's not as short as I thought it was going to be. I felt like it was maybe an unfavorable mark, just from my perspective. I'm sure they're marking it where it should go, but I thought it was going to be more like 4th and 1. So 4th and 2, the question is, do you air it out or do you run?
Well, it looks like they're moving Berkowitz into the backfield, so maybe hand off to Dylan.
The defensive line is stacked, though. Rolling Meadows isn't going to make this an easy 2-yard gain.
And they do hand it off, and it looks to be.
I think we hit that on the
close
head.
One
I don't think they made it. Let's see what they mark it, right? The line judge is walking in like it's a 1st down.
Yeah. Both teams signaling it's a 4th or 1st. We'll see exactly.
I think this is one they got to measure.
And they are saying 1st down for the Grens.
There's a favorable mark on that.
Yeah, we will see if the Meadows coach asks for a marker, but they already moved the chain gain. So
it's about where they place the ball, not so much where the chain gain is, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Right, yeah. But nonetheless, they, like I said, 4-down territory. They ran it twice, got the 1st down. Sigh of relief, 1st down at the 36-yard line.
And now Daryl Hunt back into the ball game. Przerski in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Seems like everything's been man-to-man coverage on the outside. It's only a matter of time till Elk Grove takes a shot, and he looks like he will here. It's a shot towards the end zone, and it's a touchdown.
When you do your demo reel,
Rogers with the touchdown. An absolute dime by Danny Przerski, and the Grens are up 13-0.
When you do your demo reel, you got to remember that play. You called that. They're going to take a shot, and they took a shot right away, and it was a successful shot right up the middle, past deep middle, completion, touchdown.
The only problem here is there's some laundry on the field, and this one looks to be coming back.
That is absolutely a shame. I didn't see the laundry until you brought it up. What do you think? Holding? It's got to be?
This is a 10-yard penalty, so yeah, it has to be holding here.
And that's the thing, that 10-yard penalty, I mean, that's not just a 10-yard penalty. That's like a 50-yard penalty.
Yeah, and you take the score off the field, off the scoreboard.
I never did see a signal from the referee. We assume holding. I didn't see it.
I did not look to see at the ref what was the signal, but looks like to be the same formation here for the Grens.
So 1st and 20. Well, throw that same play then, same formation. That's
exactly
how this works.
See if they try and get some yards back, keep the clock moving as we're under 2 minutes.
But that's twice now they've gone deep downfield.
And they do hand this one off to Hunt. He bounces it out to the outside, cuts back into the middle, and will finally be taken down after a pickup of about 5 yards. Seemed like Hunt had some more room, but he danced around back and took a little bit of a loss.
So there's a punch thrown that's not going to do any damage from Rolling Meadows because these people are like dressed up like gladiators, right? So that's not going to land. So why retaliate, right? Just walk away, let them throw the flag on the other guy. We'll see if this is offsiding or just one side.
We'll see what the calls are.
But like I said, you were absolutely right, though. There's room on the right to keep going, and then he stopped and danced back to the middle of the field, which is where all the tacklers were. Yeah, I don't understand that cutback, whatever. But he's a good back and decided that maybe he couldn't get the edge and wanted to cut back. But yeah, I think he should have continued to go wide, and I think he could have gotten another 5, 10, 15 yards, maybe a first down if he got around the edge.
So as the refs still speak about what's going to be the call here, all of this will be after the play stuff.
Well, what you do now is you replay it on YouTube and you see who did what, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So it looked like the Rolling Meadows guy threw the first punch, and then Elk Grove took way too much exception to that. I mean, that punch wasn't going to hurt anything.
And it is always the second guy that gets in trouble as well.
Well, I think it'll be offsetting. We'll see what they call, though. Like you used to watch hockey games for the fights, or you watch the races for the accidents, and here we're watching football and we get a fight that broke out.
This is the second time we were here that some extracurricular activities broke out here on this Grens field. First time was the first time against Hoffman Estates. And obviously now here Rolling Meadows. We're still 1 minute and 14 left to go in this first quarter.
So we can play it back on YouTube. We're doing that here to see who threw the first punch. You got to hurry up and hit him. You got him in slow motion here. There it is. Yeah. We're thinking it's offsetting penalties. Yeah, there it is. The Rolling Meadows, the initial punch.
So 2nd and 15 after all of that. Just a 5-yard pickup for Daryl Hunt.
Isn't that funny, all that, and at the end of the day, nothing
happened. Yeah, exactly. Just a warning probably for both of the players. Daryl Hunt was involved, and this is a bobbled ball. Przerski just dives on it. It's going to be a loss of a huge amount for this Grenadiers team, but they still got possession, which is huge to see. Took the eye off of it, and with the conditions here, that ball's just going to slip right through the hands.
Well, it did exactly that. Slipped through his hands and kept going for another 10 or 15 yards. Then when he got on the ball, of course, it's down at that point.
It is officially marked at 3rd and 33. So a 3rd and about a mile for this Grenadiers offense.
You took the words right out of my mouth. 3rd in the country mile. But they've one successful bomb that was complete, even though there was a holding on it, right? And then the other one was that frozen rope across the middle that wasn't successful. So I think I'd air it out.
Yeah.
Send out 2. Well, of course, now they've got 2 safeties, 1 and 3 safeties.
Yep, and they only rush 3. They do run it with Jeremiah Pickett. Pickett getting a little bit of the yards back before finally being taken down at the original line scrimmage, the 46-yard line.
So Rolling Meadows is down by 7, is going to get the ball back somewhere back in their own end. Of course, Elk Grove is thinking, well, we're going to pin you back in your own end. That was a nice gain because then the punt can go down to the 20-yard line. Where they were, you can punt it and you could get a pretty good return.
Exactly. So that does end the first quarter, 7-0 by the 74-yard touchdown run by Darrell Hunt on the third play of the game. And that's the only scoring that's been official, as there was a bomb by Lucas Rogers on the receiving end, but it was taken back as a whole offensive holding. And that's where we stand right now. 12 minutes gone, 36 left to go in this one here on senior night at Elk Grove High School.
Isn't it amazing how fast that quarter goes by? Yeah. So now in this case, there were very few incomplete passes, right? Both teams were essentially running and only one fight in the first quarter. So the clock didn't stop for too long. So it went fast. Now, I always like to make my predictions, right? So it's after the first quarter, 7-0. Of course, I'm a mathematics guy, right? So you know what my prediction's going to be.
28-21 is
well, close. No, 28-0.
Oh,
but of course, it never works out that way. Rolling Meadows will find a way to get the ball in somehow.
It is high school football.
Right.
Crazy stuff happens every single play. And we are about to get back underway here in the second quarter.
So we get to watch a crazy punt.
High snap. Przerski does send it away, and it is going to bounce at the 26-yard line. We'll see where they exactly mark it.
So Rolling Meadows with the ball and down by a score. I always like to, in football, you're down by 7 points, but that's only one score. So you get one good drive here, or one good run, or a slant across the middle if they don't stop, and you've tied it up.
Yeah, and you could say, too, that you don't even have to score on this possession. Just get some momentum going for your offense. Meadows did have a good offensive first possession, just got stopped by a couple penalties. We'll see what happens here as Brigham, the sophomore quarterback for Rolling Meadows, heads back out onto the field.
Well, it reminds me of the difference between being good and bad is sometimes very slim. So if for example, the Rolling Meadows offense is very effective, but they have a lot of penalties, all you really got to do is cut down those penalties, and you're very effective.
Yeah.
So it could be the case if Rolling Meadows has a good offense, but they just been stymied a few times this year by a sack and 2 penalties. We'll see.
So they just stoppage play. Colin Ford, the senior quarterback for Rolling Meadows, heads out there and hands this one off to Vinny Piccolio. But new personnel. Now Ford goes back to the sideline, so Joe Brigham is back into the huddle here for Rolling Meadows. So we'll see probably a little bit of a two-man group here about to start for the Mustangs.
I feel like that should become more of a trend in football. In baseball, you have relievers. Remember in the old days, you'd pitch a complete game, and maybe you'd have a reliever come in the ninth. Now you got relievers 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th inning. I don't know why in football, one quarterback on one drive, a different quarterback with different plays memorized on the second drive.
Always keeping the defense on the toes as well. As here's a fake handoff, quick wide receiver screen is completed. And will maybe pick up a yard or two. Completed to Jack Anderson. It seems like he's gotten a lot of the receiver work on that far side.
Yeah, I don't know about that play call. I don't want to second guess too much, but that was a long throw, right, that to me had risk of getting intercepted if the defense had been able to read that was coming. And then the reward was only about 2-3 yards. Yep. So I think I would have liked to throw in maybe something over the middle.
3rd and 4 for the Meadows.
Maybe they'll do that play over the middle now.
In the shotgun. Motion man stops. Anthony Sensodi was in motion. They check back at the coaching staff.
It's fun to watch the coach give the third base signals back to the batter. Okay, this is going to be a bunt or a hit and run.
Same play. Sensodi in motion. Hand up off the middle. Instead, Brigham takes it for himself. Gets hit right at the marker. Stays on his feet and is going to go for a couple more yards right around the 50-yard line. And it will be stopped at the 49.
I like that play call. Sent deep the receiver on the right side, which cleared out the flat. The pass was short, and it's a real tough man to bring down.
Peyton Wiles on the completion. It seems like when Rolling Meadows needs a completion, they put Brigham in motion and let him throw with his feet as well.
Yeah, I'm just impressed with the play call. Very, very well executed. Oh, you're going to get 5 more yards.
Second time Elk Grove has jumped off sides tonight. And it's going to be 1st and short. At this point, especially in the pros and college, on 1st and 5, we see them take a shot. We'll see if Rolling Meadows tries to take a shot as well.
I like it. When the referee came back to pick up the football, the Rolling Meadows guy handed it to him. Here you go, ref. Maybe you'll call one our way.
So in the backfield is Zach Allen behind Brigham. Receiver on his left, 2 on his right. On that outside is one-on-one coverage. They look towards him, and he's open. Pass was a little bit behind Jack Anderson. Otherwise, that would have gone the distance.
That was the difference. If that ball was, just another yard or two forward, it wasn't going to get, caught from behind. Maybe it wouldn't have gotten a touchdown, but it at least would have caught the pass. Another great play call, got behind the defense. Just needed, that's what I said earlier, put a little bit of air under the ball, but it needed a little more air under the ball and further downfield.
Yeah, go let your receiver go and grab that one. It seems like Jack Anderson, the sophomore, is the go-to guy. So connection here for Brigham and Anderson, as they're both sophomores starting on varsity.
Well, and I'm going to pick on the execution again, too. That was a great play call. The play before it was a great play call, and then it was correctly executed here. It was, again, a great play call. The receiver was wide open down the left, and unfortunately the underthrown ball caused it not to be completed, and therefore bad execution.
Handoff to Zanzati in the backfield. He's going to pick up the first down, make a couple men miss, and finally be driven down around the 39-yard line or 34-yard line for a Meadows first down, as they once again show some bright spots on this offensive side. It's only a matter of time until they get into the end zone.
Yeah, this is a nice successful drive. 40 yards or so, a couple of first downs, chains moving, clock running, just down by one score with the ball.
Yeah, drawing the defense off sides as well. So we're on the far right hash. Got Sanzati in the backfield. Two receivers to his right, Anderson and Cheney.
It's funny how you said that. We're on the far right hash. That's the accurate description, but I'm thinking, to me, I'm on offense looking toward and so that's my left hash.
Yeah.
Just interesting how lefts and rights are about perspective.
And Brigham hands off to Sanzati. Sanzati cuts back up to the middle, runs into his own offensive lineman before being tackled right around the first down marker, and it looks like they're going to give it to him. First down for Meadows.
I felt like there was so much space that he ran into in the middle of that line. I guess what I'm saying is, if you're Rolling Meadows offensive coordinator, who seems to be calling the right plays, he's got some magic here, even though they haven't yet scored. That, again, was a great play where there just wasn't anybody around him. Of course, you have to then ask Elk Grove, where are you guys?
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
As it seems like this Meadows offense is, at the moment, getting whatever they want.
Despite not having scored yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
We'll look at this time of possession in this first half, and I would assume Rolling Meadows is favored heavy. As another handoff to Sanzati. He's trying to get around the corner, cuts back into the middle, and he stays up on his feet, gets a lot of extra yards. This is going to be a gain of about 9 yards, as he was stopped right at the line of scrimmage. But that second effort by Sanzati gets him a 9-yard pickup.
Yeah, I'd keep the ball on the ground if I'm Rolling Meadows here. You don't get the incompletion, so it's not a long, second long or third and long or something. They seem to be getting yards on the ground. I think in this case I might do some kind of a pitch to the right. I don't really want to do a jet sweep to the right here, but a pitch to the right, run right, maybe roll out right. There's two receivers on the right, but that would be the direction I would go and keep it on the ground, I think.
Yeah, he still has Sanzati to his left. Tried to draw him off sides. Now he's looking back towards the sideline, seeing what the play call is. Everyone on on our near side here is man-to-man as well. So maybe they do take a shot here, 2nd and 1. Nope, instead they hand it off to Sanzati. This one's going to be taken down right away, and they're going to lose a yard to make it 3rd and 2.
Yeah, I feel like that formation tipped off what was going on, right? The running back to the left of the quarterback usually means they're crossing in front of the quarterback to take the handoff to go right. There was an extra blocker on the right and two receivers on the right for blocking, and obviously the defensive line at Elk Grove. You can't say where were they that time. Boy, they crossed the line and stuffed it.
They were able to get in and take Sanzati down for a tackle for a loss.
So I'm thinking Rolling Meadows go up the middle twice. It's still 4-down territory to me.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, so you only got 4 yards to go. 3rd and 4, go twice up the middle.
And we have a stoppage here. We'll see exactly what the call is. And number 77 has to exit. Possible blood situation here.
That's probably it, yeah. It was very emphatic, get out of here, from the referee.
It was, yeah.
It almost looked like you just got ejected, but I think he just get off the field. You got some blood in your nose. So we got some blood and gore on the field.
And ref blew the whistle, so clock is still running after the run.
I love to watch the Rolling Meadows signals come in. Got two guys giving the signals. One's live, one's not.
Vinny Piccolio in the backfield.
I guess it could be one's for the line blocking and one's for someone else. Oh, that's got stuffed and intercepted. This is their
throws
classic
a pick. Here it is. It's only one man to beat. And that is Ryan Tanner taking it to the house on the pick six for the Grenadiers.
If you're a Rolling Meadows fan, your heart is broken.
Yeah.
They trucked down 50 yards only to have an interception get run pick six from 70 yards away.
Logan Tustrud, the receiving end of this pick six, will bring it all the way to the house as the Rolling Meadows team had a man open. Play was there, but Brigham got hit hard on the delivery, and the pass was definitely influenced on it into the hands of Logan Tustrud to make this one 13-0. A heartbreaker for the Meadows Mustangs.
Well, and if you wanted to watch the Elk Grove offense play for a while, it's going to be a while before you see them because Rolling Meadows is going to get the ball. They have been controlling the clock, but no points. And
here is Martirano kicking it up and good. That makes it 14-0 here.
We talked about poor execution earlier, and I'm not going to say the play call was wrong, but unfortunately, like you said, Elk Grove busted the play, hit his arm on the throw, ball was up for grabs, and an easy pick six.
Yeah, and with the play call that did happen, it was the only man that could have beat to tackle Tustrud was the QB, but he got hit on the play and he was down. So it was a foot race with no one else besides Tustrud. It looks like we're gonna have to re-kick, but the line for Grens is closer, so we'll see if maybe now they try and go for two here instead.
No, they're not. You can tell they're putting the tee down.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering how it's offside and they have to re-kick it. If it's offside in Rolling Meadows, why would Elk Grove have to re-kick it?
Yeah, unless they have some kind of trickery coming up here. But
yeah, I don't get why they have to re-kick. You would think you could just decline the kick. So I'm missing something for what's going on.
Martirano still standing above. And the re-kick up and good. Same result for the PAT. 14-0, 5 minutes, 40 seconds left to go in this first half. And a 74-yard touchdown score and a pick six. That's been the offense.
Yeah, and that pick six, was that further than the touchdown score? I mean,
Absolutely
that was.
Right.
Right.
They were in the red zone.
So 2-score lead now for Rolling Meadows. So Rolling Meadows has 5 minutes to try to get those 2 scores back before halftime. So the way they've been moving the ball has kind of been, I don't want to say slow, but definitely methodical. They're not necessarily looking for the big plays, although they did have one, just threw it short.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to be happy to get one of these scores back before they go into half. And, of course, Elk Grove, they're going to be ecstatic if they can hold this, 2-score lead before the half.
Yeah.
And then, of course, my prediction is still on par.
Absolutely it is. Rolling Meadows will get the kick at the half, or after the half, since Elk Grove got the first offensive possession of the game. So how would you, as the Meadows coach here, as you do coach women's volleyball, what would you tell your teammates here? How would you regroup after a devastating pick six?
Yeah, right. And this happens all the time. You decide, is it an emotional timeout? In other words, you need more energy, you got to try harder, push harder, whatever it is. Or is it a tactical thing where you need to execute by blocking this guy and you going that way? So the first thing as a coaching staff, you got to decide, is it an energy thing or is it a tactical thing? And then you have to talk to your team that way. In Rolling Meadows' case, well, I mean, they gave up a 70-yard run and then a 70-some-odd-yard pick six.
Tustrud sends this one away. And Wilbon's out of play. So here's the flag coming for a kickoff that goes out of bounds, so better field position for the Meadows.
Yeah, it should be very good field position, right?
Right around the 35-yard line, I believe, is where they're going to mark it, which is exactly where the ball went out of play. So I guess the penalty doesn't, in fact, matter.
Right. It's not like 15 more yards when it went out or 5 more yards when it went, right. So first down 2 scores.
Because when this happens within the collegiate level and the professionals, they're kicking it all the way into the end zone. So it is a big 30, 35 yards when it goes out of play. But they're going to mark it at the 35 for this Meadows offense. Down 2 scores, 5 minutes, 40 seconds left to go in this first half.
So if Elk Grove could put a great push here on defense and get the ball back and stop them, they keep their 2 TD lead in the first half, and they'll take that to the bank, that's for sure. And a good showing today.
Sinzati in the backfield, 2 receivers to the right for Brigham. And it's going to be a QB draw option towards Sinzati. They do hand it off to him, and he is going to go out of play Pickup of about 7 yards on Cinzati.
That was creative.
Yeah, a little bit of a triple option there.
Yeah, well, the quarterback rolled left, and it was an option for him to run forward or pass it to the left. That was a forward pass, not a lateral. But the quarterback, to do that, has to make sure he's not across the line. What's interesting about that is any part of the quarterback is on the line or behind it, you can throw the ball, in my opinion, in front of the line of scrimmage, right?
Yep,
but
absolutely.
So he was not across the line and pitched it forward and got a few yards.
Yeah, it was great offensive play call there.
Yeah, I like this creativity by the Rolling Meadows coaching staff.
This time they run it up the middle, gets the first down,
and that's
and
good
a couple more.
Yeah, and that's good old fashioned smash mouth football right up the middle.
Yeah. Handoff was towards Zach Allen.
I'd like to see more of that from Rolling Meadows. So far, there's been a couple of times when Rolling Meadows has run up the middle and made some real nice gains. I think I'd keep hammering that middle if I could, and then go wide when you need to or play action.
Yeah, as they've had good success on the play action as well. As Brigham has been able to move and throw on the run.
Yeah, and Elk Grove so far is living off the big plays. So if Rolling Meadows can limit those big plays and continue to hammer the middle, I mean, it's not a foregone conclusion that Elk Grove is going to win this game 28-0.
Yeah. Allen in the backfield. Anderson in man in motion. Instead, they hand it off to Allen right back up the middle. Pick of about 4 yards into Elk Grove territory.
Well, I like it again. Some more smash mouth football right up the gut. I like it. All right, but 4:44 clock is running, so really it's plenty of time.
Yeah. Well, you are saying, you were correct when you said the offense is a little more it's not fast moving per se. After every play, even with the clock running, they're looking to the sideline, getting the next play call.
And then we get a dance show by the coaching staff on the play call.
Yeah, exactly. They need to get the white billboards behind them, like how you can see in some universities.
Right, I like those little poster boards, each with different shapes and colors and pictures and drawings, and somehow that combination, they know what to run.
Allen remains in the backfield, one receiver to the left, two to the right for the Meadows. Anderson in motion, same looking play. Instead, they run to the opposite side. Allen's going to be brought down 2 yards short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and 2.
I like this. So every play, 4 yards.
For Rolling Meadows, yep.
But clock running, 3:52. So I don't know if you can get 4 yards every play and get a touchdown that way. But I like the approach.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Meadows is thinking, well, if we can get one score, preferably not a field goal, but if we can get one score in this half, we can continue to run this offense whole entire second half and get back in this game. And if we, of course, limit this unusual circumstance of Elk Grove getting these really long touchdown plays, that's how Rolling Meadows has to get back in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to change the offensive mindset yet because there's still the first half.
And then Elk Grove stuffed this play, and you're kind of forcing a punt.
Hand off to Allen on the far side. They're going to get the first down. Zach Allen with a lot more. Finally gets taken down at the 25-yard line of the Grenadiers.
Well, if Rolling Meadows is going to get those kinds of runs, they do have enough time in this half to score that. Yeah, right.
The only problem is that one's coming back as well, holding on the offense.
So the referees are stopping Rolling Meadows for them.
Yeah, that's
not fair. I mean, they're not calling plays that didn't happen. A lot of people are like, well, the referees are blowing the game. Well, don't hold the guy.
Exactly. As that one takes down about a 23-yard pickup for Zach Allen, and will bring up 3rd and 7, or 3rd and 12, my apologies, on the 10-yard holding penalty.
And that's a huge difference. That first down, where they were, a 25-yard line. So this is one of those, a 35-yard penalty, maybe a 30-yard penalty?
Yeah, exactly. And now you could still rush the ball here, depending on how much you get. You could go for it. But also, if you have to pass here and incomplete, you're definitely going to have to punt this one away. As we're under 3 minutes left to go in this first half. Gren's up 14-0.
Well, for Elk Grove, that's what they needed to do. Stop them, get the ball back, and whether you're ahead 14-0 or maybe 21-0 before half, it's a major start toward that win.
Brigham sends it in. Picked off. That's Lucas Rogers on the interception. Gets a blocker. He's got some room here. Trying to get to the outside. Lucas Rogers will finally be taken down at the 41-yard line. Brigham tried to force that one into a very tight window.
Yeah, I kind of expected a horse collar tackle at the end there. He pulled him down from I was looking all over for Laundry. But anyway, going back to the pass, an ill-advised throw over the middle. I think if this were not late in the second half or in the first half, he wouldn't have thrown it. Yeah.
And you were right, as now there is a horse collar tackle.
That's going to push the ball, well upfield. But again, he wouldn't have thrown that ball if it weren't for being late in the second, or in the first half. He was just almost throwing up a prayer, right? 3rd and long, late, down 2 scores, and then he figures if it is intercepted, it's going to be at the other end. Didn't count on a horse collar tackle, right?
Yeah.
And then it would have been their ball with not a whole lot of time left for them to score. So that was his thought process. You don't think that would be an interception if that were like the opening drive. But whatever, here it is, Rolling Meadows moving the ball again and found a way not to score.
Yep. The offense has been stopped by 2 interceptions, one of them going for an 85-yard pick six, and the other one, this one, interception, but penalties very costly for the Meadows. Pozerski sends Berkowitz in motion, hands off to Pickett. Jeremiah Pickett trying to keep the feet moving, going to be taken down. Elk Grove coach looking for another horse collar tackle. It's not going to happen, though.
Well, the difference there, he did have the hand on the numbers on the back, but that's where the hand was, on the numbers on the back. It wasn't embedded in the collar under the helmet.
Yeah.
So that's why the no call.
Gain of 2, 2nd and 8 here at Elk Grove. Clock still runs, under 2 minutes to go in this first half.
Yeah, one would think Elk Grove's going to have to put the ball up in the air to get a touchdown with 1:46 to go. But, maybe a run here and a run there, they'll lull the defense into allowing the receiver to get behind them on a long pass.
Pickett in the backfield, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Pozerski. Another fake handoff, and Berkowitz loses the football, and it is fallen on by Rolling Meadows. Pozerski got hit hard. Man on the other side came untouched for Rolling Meadows. It looks like number 48 was
I thought it was Sean Kerr that picked up the ball, but I was thinking if I'm Sean Kerr, pick up that ball and run with it. There's only 1:27 to go, and if the possession is worth more, right? So that's why you fall on it. You're trained to fall on it. But that's one where if he picks it up, it looked like he could have gone all the way.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Maybe you got to boot it a little bit and then go pick it up. But I'm thinking, your only way to score here, when you have that fumble in the middle of the field, and there's nobody between you and the end zone, is pick it up rather than fall on it. But I'm also I'll say the coach that says, oh my God, no, never do that. Always fall on it. Then if you got to throw a Hail Mary to score, you got to do that. But you don't give up possession of the ball.
Brigham, screen pass towards the outside, will go for a couple. Levi Carls on the receiving end, going to be a pickup of about 6 yards.
Yeah, I like that. Pass short right to the outside, to the sideline, stops the clock. You still got 1:12. Again, Rolling Meadows showing they have ball control when they're not giving up these big plays. So when you fix Rolling Meadows, for example, just stop giving up long plays. You've got an offense that can run.
Yeah, and with that one as well, get more confidence in your sophomore quarterback after throwing 2 interceptions. Here comes the pressure for the Grens. Brigham pulls it and will pick up the first down. It's going to be close here. Looks like he got it with his legs. Looks like it's going to be a yard short, though. 3rd and 1 after the 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, I like how Brigham made that decision. Nobody in front of him. You just, again, run out of bounds, get the 5 yards. Not too much time goes by, but now there's less than a minute, 40-yard line. At some point in time, you're probably going to have to air it out. Yeah. But again, they're stopping the clock each time. That's okay too.
Yeah, the turnover was created by number 49, Elijah Juare, the senior D lineman for Rolling Meadows. So he has Vinny Pelcalo on his left side. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to the right. I believe this one's going to stay in the air here unless pressure comes once again. It will. Short pass and completed. That's Ryan Cheney. Cheney will finally get knocked down at the 17-yard line into the red zone. Timeout called. 40.4 seconds left to go in this first half.
What a great play call right up the middle. He stopped, caught the ball, and then was able to start up and run some more. So I normally like slants where you're throwing it on the run, but that was a nice little button hook and run.
So timeout was not calling as the clock is rolling here.
Well, the clock stops on the first down.
Brigham tried to go to the Buddy Anderson right through the hands of Jack Anderson.
Good thing that was at the sideline, because if that ball goes up into the air, a safety has another pick.
Yeah, without a doubt. That one wouldn't have been Brigham's fault, though.
But now, Rolling Meadows, 22 seconds, so it's not a lot of time, right? But they're within striking range to the 18-yard line. You could throw it 2 or 3 times into the end zone. It's just second down.
Yeah.
Throw it over the middle, stop the clock with a timeout.
Allen, the man in the backfield. Snap goes. They look towards the right.
Great protection.
Still with it. He pulls it himself. Stays behind the line scrimmage. Brigham finally gets it out.
No, don't go that way.
To the receiver. Anthony Senzati, and timeout will go. 7.4 seconds left, as that was a very hard developing play that took a lot of time off the clock.
What a huge decision by the receiver to cut back into the middle and get a few more yards rather than go out of bounds. I don't think I want that extra 5 yards. I want those extra, 6 or 8 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, injury on the field, perhaps? Anyway, so it's what? You got one play from the 4-yard line. Maybe you have 2 plays from the 4-yard line, 7.4 seconds. If you throw a quick timing pass, you still have 2 plays, perhaps. And then the question is where? You throw it out to the sideline, takes longer, and the farther throw, you throw it into the middle, it'll be a little bit more traffic. And then, of course, Elk Grove, what do? Sit back and try and defend the pass or blitz? So both coaches have some interesting decisions to make with 7.4 seconds left to go before half.
Yeah. It looks like that Rolling Meadows has 1 timeout left, so maybe they play conservative as well and just put the ball running towards the middle of the field and then trot out the field goal kicker.
Oh, gosh, no. We're not looking at a kick here. I think, like we say, 4-down territory, video game football. No, you're going for a score here.
Yeah, inside the 10-yard line as well.
I think it's 2 passes into the end zone is what we're going to see.
Zach Allen in the backfield. They do got a timeout. Do the Mustangs.
It's at the 9, not the 4. Here's the quick pass.
In towards the end zone. Completed. Touchdown. Levi Carls with the touchdown. The receiver was all over him, but Carls was able to receive it and get the Mustangs on the board.
Yeah, Carls, you want to say, do you play basketball? He boxed out the defender very well on that, out-muscled him to catch the ball. Great catch. He was not out of bounds and stayed in bounds, made a great play. So, Rolling Meadows has some optimism here. They cut the lead in half. They've had many different attempts to go downfield, and it just keeps getting spoiled by stuff, right? So Rolling Meadows has to be very pleased about that score.
As we line up for the PAT a second before halftime. PAT up, and it is a good one. We saw the leg right there on this kicker, and it is a good one. So we'll see if they use them a little bit more.
Well, the accuracy matters, but down 7, I guess if the game is going to be 21-20 at some point in time, Rolling Meadows has the leg to at least the distance to tie the score or win it or something late in the game. Right now it's a 1-score game. There is a second left, so we're going to see some kind of a kick.
Yeah, we'll see if Elk Grove takes a fair catch and maybe trots out Przerski and tries to go for it all, or if Jeremiah Hunt or Daryl Hunt will take it out. He's a very explosive runner.
Well, I'm going to bet a squib kick, and then they're going to hope for the clock to expire, and then they don't have to play defense on one last play.
The Rolling Meadows will get the ball after half as they're down by a score at the moment.
Yeah, they have to be really optimistic with that. Okay, back to what we were saying. Now they cut the lead in half, which is now just down 1 score, and they get the ball back first. And Elk Grove hasn't really proven that they can stop Rolling Meadows, at least not stopping their offense. Rolling Meadows stops themselves with penalties and things, right? But Rolling Meadows just calms down on the penalties. Look out.
And the turnovers as well.
Well, that was such a huge pick 6.
Yeah.
Something Fields would do. Ooh, did I say that?
So, Gabe Sherwin, the kicker, number 5 for Rolling Meadows, about to put the ball down and will possibly send us away into halftime. Will be Sherwin.
Well, it's an exciting game, this for sure. Yeah.
Offensive. Well, Rolling Meadows offense has been on the field a lot more than the Elk Grove offense.
Yeah, if you had that chess clock, it's very much on the side of Rolling Meadows. But here, both teams exactly even, right? We said they were 2-5 and 1-2 in conference, and it's a pick 'em game, and it's a 1-score game too.
This Sherwin about to send this one off, and like you said, it is a little bit of a squibber, and they are going to send it away. It's going to be received by number 85. And he'll be brought down immediately, Frank Knight.
That was the right kick to make, so he catches it on the fly on the run. He would have had to say fair catch to get that one more play, right? But once he caught it and his feet are up, you know the clock is going to expire. Now you can't let him run it back. And, of course, they didn't kick it too far, so it's easier to cover. So nice play by Rolling Meadows. Again, a nice call from the coaching staff, and they executed the play well.
Yep. We'll see you on the other side in about 15 minutes. Elk Grove up 14-7 here at Elk Grove. My name's Chris Randall. He's Bob Vilsley. We'll see you soon, folks. Welcome back. Second half action here, about ready to get underway in Elk Grove on senior night. Score is 14-7 in Elk Grove's favor. What does Elk Grove have to do to continue this lead?
Well, to extend the lead, right. So, I mean, they've had 2 long plays that got them this lead in the first place. And so, you can't count on that kind of offense. What was effective for Elk Grove was, running the ball. But what isn't effective for Elk Grove is they're not stopping Rolling Meadows. Rolling Meadows is stopping Rolling Meadows. So what Elk Grove has to do is find a way to stop them, get the ball back, and, for my money, keep the ball on the ground and, play smash mouth football back at Rolling Meadows. They're up by a score, but it's only a score.
Yeah.
So a pick 6 is kind of an accident, right? In a 70-yard run, it's not exactly an accident, but it's fortunate they happen.
Yeah.
Rolling Meadows is definitely taking the ball to them. So Elk Grove, if they're going to win, they're going to have to stop Rolling Meadows and then have some extended drives on their own on the ground. Continue to pressure the quarterback and hope for another turnover.
Yeah, absolutely is. We have Rolling Meadows out on the field warming up for this second half. Elk Grove still not out yet. Referees are coming back out as well.
Yeah, it's amazing how fast the 15 minutes went during halftime, though. In fact, the whole first half went fast because they're both running offenses for the most part. Rolling Meadows had the ball more, not a whole lot of passes, kept the clock running. So now the second half, we expect to be more of the same, more of on the ground. But what we also see, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but if the camera were to aim at the lights out there, the rain is just really coming down. It's like I don't know what you'd call it, but a canopy of rain over the field. So It's going to be a lot wetter now in the second half.
So we'll definitely, I would assume that both offenses are going to see the conditions that are out there and have more of a running style. But that's exactly what we saw the entire first half was run first. And when we pass, it's going to be a shorter pass.
Well, and I feel bad for the camera out in the weather, too. It's like there's got to be an umbrella over it. It's really expensive equipment here.
So Elk Grove makes their way back.
That's a real good setup here from that perspective, so I just hate to see that. We're safely in the press box up here, so we're probably the warmest people next to the
PA announcers.
Yeah, right.
First time that we're up here in the press box for football. Usually we are for the Sockers. As John Walls, who's back at home taking a seat here, he's resting up, so hopefully he rests up good, and we'll see you in the winter for basketball.
Yeah, he's got a warmer seat in his home couch,
exactly.
Right.
As this is the last fall sport broadcast of the fall for Elk Grove, so we'll be back in December for men's, women's basketball, also men's and women's wrestling. So we'll definitely stay tuned to that, and if you guys are looking to get more sports, tomorrow, Dominican University broadcast on DU Stars Network is I'll be on a doubleheader call. Men's, women's soccer, they're both going to be barn burners as both teams look to make a playoff push for the Stars. DUStars.com if you're looking into that. For tomorrow, 12 and 2:45 is the start time as we're about a minute left here until the third quarter action. So Elk Grove's wearing their green jerseys, black helmets, and Rolling Meadows in their all whites.
I'm going to laugh at you when you say that. Isn't that the color announcer's job to go through the colors and what they're wearing?
That's true.
Is that what they do color announcers for? Which colors are they actually wearing? Of course, a lot of people are in pink today. Pink shirts under the green jerseys.
Pink out here. Fans, student sections in the pink out for the October.
Yeah, I wonder how much cereal they got today. And if they're putting cereal in open boxes, it's raining. Well, wait, you know what, though? Now the rain seems to have subsided a bit so maybe that was just a temporary cloud that flew by.
Yeah. So as we come back, Rolling Meadows got a late score with about 1 second left in the half to cut it to one score. 14-7, Rolling Meadows will also receive the kickoff here in the second half, looking to possibly tie it up. But I assume that Elk Grove made some adjustments on the defensive end.
Well, and that's so you hit that right on the head. That is so the trick. Good teams make adjustments. So you go in at halftime, okay, what did we do right? What did we not do right? So Rolling Meadows is going back at halftime and saying, well, we were able to run the ball, so we're going to keep, and of course if you can run and the other team can't stop you, the other team's dead, right? So Rolling Meadows, if they don't stop themselves with penalties or turnovers, at this point in time, they're looking better than Elk Grove, right? Elk Grove with those 2 long plays, though, they're thinking, okay, what adjustments we got to make? Well, we clearly got to stop the run, and if we can push Rolling Meadows into passing, then we can get the ball back on downs and then continue to hold the lead. Now, the question is, how is Elk Grove going to score their next touchdown? Rolling Meadows Meadows right now has had a lot more extended, ball control so far this game.
Yeah, without a doubt, as both teams make their way out onto the field, Logan Tusterud will kick this one away for the Grenadiers to get us underway in the third quarter. Gren's up 14-7. He's Bob Vilselay. I am Chris Randall for second half action here at Elk Grove High School on senior night.
Interesting, nobody is deep. I mean, they've got two receivers at the 20.
Materano. This is a little onside kick opportunity. It's touched. The fight for the ball. There is a flag on the play. We'll see exactly what the call is. Elk Grove thinks they have it. There's a fight in the middle. Elk Grove does come away with the football. That's number 45. Trevor Detloff on the recovery. Flag was on the play, so we'll see exactly what the call is.
I actually like that kick. So sometimes they've been squibbing it to like the 30, 35-yard line, okay, and so the other team's ball around about there, right? Well, but this onside kick, if they get the ball's at the 50, so they're kind of giving up 15 yards for the opportunity to actually have the ball. And that was a nice high kick, as in an easier one to recover. I think the flag is going to be
on Elk Grove, pass interference.
Pass interference. That's what the signal looked right.
It
right?
was, yeah.
Didn't give the receiver an opportunity to catch the fly ball that was given, perhaps.
Yep. So you could look at this two ways, depending on which team you're looking for, rooting for as well. Elk Grove going aggressive on the onside kick, trying to recover. But if you're a Rolling Meadows fan, you're probably thinking, Elk Grove scared that they can't stop our defense or on our offense right now, and trying to get some momentum going into the second half as well.
Well, I like the opportunity. You kick it, you might get the ball back. You might not get the ball back, right? And in this case, you're giving up a lot of really good position because of the penalty. So Rolling Meadows has the ball at the 40, and Elk Grove hasn't proven that they can stop Rolling Meadows, and here it is on a short field. So at the end of this drive, I mean, you could expect a tie game here.
Yeah,
but I like the gambling, the gamblingness of the play, if you will.
Aspect, yeah, 100%. As we're going to see Brigham and Sensodi in the backfield for the first time this second half. It's a low snap. We'll get all the yards back as Brigham falls right on top of it. And this is going to be a loss of about 20 yards. They're going to be about 17 yards. It's going to be placed at the 43 of Rolling Meadows.
So is this that second and mile call you got coming here?
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Second and 23. Not as far as Elk Grove's third and 33.
Yeah, this is what happens to teams that are 2-5 and 1-2 in conference. These kinds of things happen. It seems to me, though, Rolling Meadows is on the cusp. They actually just a couple execution plays away from actually being pretty good.
Yeah, without a doubt, and a sophomore quarterback. Handoff to Senzetti. Big hole for Senzetti. He'll get a bunch of it back. Taken down right at the 50-yard line, so it's going to be still third and about 17 yards.
So third and a half a country mile, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But if they get another 10-yard run and another 10-yard run, they get the first down and some more sheets of rain.
Yep. Senzetti with the 7-yard pickup.
Yeah, it is a lot to expect, though, to get two more, 10-yard chunks on two runs. So I expect we'll see something in the air.
Yeah. As the main offensive players here for Rolling Meadows, Jack Anderson, only a sophomore. Obviously the quarterback, Joe Brigham, a sophomore, and Anthony Senzetti, who's a senior. There is a big senior roster here for Rolling Meadows, but the two key players, you could say, are sophomores for this squad. There's another handoff to Senzetti. It's another good one. Cuts it out to the outside. Gets around, and he gets back to the original line scrimmage and will be marked down and more. So he'll be marked down at the 36-yard line. Pickup of 14 yards. 4th and 6.
Yeah, he was trying to tightrope the sideline there, and finally it went out at the 36. I thought he actually might have been able to tightrope further up. Obviously, his foot landed out of bounds. But that was, a 16 or a 14-yard run?
Yep.
So we're talking about it's hard to get two 10-yard chunks, and they got a 14-yard chunk. Now I'm thinking Rolling Meadows, you're back in 4-down territory, so you only got to get 6 yards on two runs. And then you have to
actually is 4th down right now.
Oh, I thought it was third. Okay, so my bad. So they got to get this one on one play. Oh, boy.
See,
I didn't count right.
Elk Grove has had the QB take about 2 steps back and punt it away. We'll see if Rolling Meadows has that one on the play sheet.
Oh, I hope they don't quick kick. Go for the 6 yards. You're down to score.
And it will look like Brigham rolls out to the right, covered finds in the draw, was almost jumped by Daryl Hunt for the third interception. Probably for the better, as they're going to have better field position. But turnover on downs, Elk Grove takes over first offensive possession of the second half offensive possession of this evening.
I was surprised he took that pass. It looked like he had the shorter pass open, and all he had to do was hit it, and then I think it would have been the first down. Obviously he wanted a larger chunk for whatever reason, but it was knocked down. Of course, Elk Grove is saying, don't intercept that. It almost looks like it was right in his hands, and he didn't catch it on purpose. It's almost like he put his hands there to say to the coaching staff, look, I could have caught it, I just didn't.
Yeah. Daryl Hunt in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Przerski. Hand off to Hunt. Hunt's got a little bit of a hole. Falls down. Pickup of about 3 yards. Bringing up 2nd and 7.
So how many hours ago was it when Elk Grove had the ball last, right?
It's been a while. The last time was a fumble on a Przerski fumble. But before that, it was maybe the first drive of the game.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So now we get to watch the Elk Grove offense work with a 1-score lead.
And obviously you don't want to be conservative. You still want to go for points. But you do want to let this clock turn down as much as it could, as we're under 10 minutes here in the third quarter. Przerski's got Hunt on his right side. And they're going to look to pass here. Open on the wide receiver screen. Instead, he goes to Maturano. He's going to be taken down at the 45-yard line for an Elk Grove first down.
I like that open on the screen. Instead, let me take this 20-yard pickup down the middle.
He used his eyes to draw the defender that was on Maturano towards the screen and just hit Maturano right in the chest. Great job by Danny Przerski, the junior quarterback for Elk Grove.
For sure, at Elk Grove, you want to see more plays like that. And that's an understatement.
Hunt in the backfield. 2 receivers, that's Maturano and Lucas Rogers to the right. He's got 1 on his left also. They do hand it off to Hunt. Hunt picks up in 1 yard as the play was stopped.
Well, even though it
quick.
didn't go anywhere, right? But again, you got to keep that defense on this. So you got to run up the middle just the right number of times to make sure that the defense is there, and then you can run your other stuff counters to that. So 2nd and 9, right? So you've got play action as an option. You've got a lot of field to the right if you sweep to the right. Of course, if you roll right, you send a receiver deep and short, you've got that. So there's lots of options here.
Yeah, Ryan Tanner enters the ballgame. Dominic Belmonte exits. So Tanner will be on the far side right now. Rogers and Maturano on this right side, near side. Przerski calls for it. Looking towards the right, he's going to take the run instead. Hunt with the lead blocker. He's going to be taken down after about a 4-yard pickup. It's going to bring up about 3rd and 6 for this Grenadiers offense.
Yeah, he had a look to almost like a quarterback draw to it.
Yeah.
He went back to pass and then started running right away, but I don't think it was a called quarterback draw. I mean, it could have been, right? But I just think he saw the open gap on when he dropped back and thought, I think I can get a bunch of yards here.
Yeah.
But it turns out he only got, like you said, maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah. So 3rd and 6 here. It's manageable for the Grenadiers offense, but also it's high school football. Any play could be manageable. Przerski gets the ball. Fake handoff. He is going to hand it off to Hunt. Hunt picks up the first down and will be brought down at the 20 or 33-yard line.
See, that's what we were saying earlier in the game. Okay, they had lots of green to the right, run to the right? Now they've got lots of green to the left. Go ahead and run to the left. And even if you don't get a whole lot of yards, the ball's back on the left, and you being a right-handed quarterback and a right-handed team, you've got more green to the right. So I would run something to the left, hopefully get some yards, move the football upfield. And it's nice to see Elk Grove driving the ball.
Yeah.
They're not relying on big plays here, obviously. They're just driving the ball.
As this drive is probably around 2 minutes of possession, and it's their longest drive of the day, and we're in the third quarter. As here's another handoff to Daryl Hunt. Daryl Hunt breaks the seam through the middle, and we'll have about a 10, 11-yard pickup. Daryl Hunt was about 1 guy away from breaking another one into the end zone.
Another run up the middle against the 3 down linemen from Rolling Meadows, and it was able to be a long gainer. So, again, if I'm Elk Grove, I would continue to try to hammer that ball, maybe up the middle against that front 3. If you go wide, there's a little bit more pursuit from Rolling Meadows. So going right up the gut, and that's how they scored that 1 long touchdown. So, continuing to pester the middle of the field is not a bad call here.
Daryl Hunt takes a second off the field right now, so Jeremiah Pickett enters. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left of Przerski. Pickett is right behind Przerski.
So 4 defenders on the line this time.
Yeah, they almost drew him off sides. And they do hand off to Jeremiah Pickett. Pickett trying to cut back inside. Good tackle there by the Rolling Meadows defender. Number 47, I believe that was. Mikoloj Kambada with the tackle.
So they're still able to run successfully up. That one was a little bit more off tackle, but they're able to run successfully against this 4-down front now. See what Rolling Meadows does this time on defense. It looks like they just can't stop the run here from Rolling Meadows either.
Yeah, 2nd and 4 here coming up for the Grens. Pickett still remains in the backfield. It is on our near side hash. Pazerski looks towards the outside, man-to-man coverage everywhere on the receivers. Possibly take a shot here, or they'll hand it off as they are unable to stop the run. They do go to Pickett, pick it up the middle, pick up of maybe a yard before falling to the ground.
Somebody's calling.
Yeah, someone says Rolling Meadows has it.
I don't think
Referees don't think so either.
Yeah, they're the ones that count. But he was stopped pretty much at the line of scrimmage. Very, very little forward progress on that. I like that they kept it on the ground.
Yeah. It brings up 3rd and 2. Pickett comes out. Darrell Hunt re-enters.
Yeah, you know this is 4-down territory again. So
without a doubt.
Yeah, I would keep it on the ground. Again, maybe not right up the middle, but not too far from the middle of the field here. Off tackle again. There's more blocking on the left at the moment, and they haven't put men in motion too often.
On the 13-yard line, handoff to Hunt. Blocked right away into the backfield. There was someone untouched, just ready to stop Hunt in his tracks.
So if they could kick a field goal, this would be the time to do it because you can go up by 2 scores. But I'm going to guess that they're still going to go for it. And I also would say the play you have to run is a fake handoff up the middle and then run right. And if you have a triple option, that would be the one. You faked up the middle and then run right or run left with an option back trailing. Yeah, so that would be the play I think I would try to do. Otherwise, play action would be very successful perhaps because Rolling Meadows is going to have to sell out to stop this run. This is a huge play.
Spirakas gets the 3rd down stop and moves it to 4th and 3, so loss of a yard for the Grens. Darrell Hunt in the backfield still, though. They are going for it towards the middle. One-handed catch. The defender was all over him. The ref is trying to get the flag out of the pocket, and it was very, very late because he could not take it out of his pocket.
So somebody
pass interference here for the defense.
So somebody watching the referee is going to be like, "Come on, ref! Pass interference. Where's the flag?" And a delayed call here, but I think that flag was deep in his pocket, probably down by his ankles or something. He had to reach far into his pocket.
That was only our 4th penalty of this evening. And it is a bit costly one for the Meadows.
You'd have to play that one back to see if indeed that was pass interference.
Oh, he was all over him.
Yeah, you thought there should be pass interference.
Yeah. Intended receiver was Lucas Rogers, number 7.
Yeah, I'd like to play that one back and see. It did appear he was blanketed.
So it's going to be 1st and goal for Elk Grove at the 7-yard line. Clock is going to stop after the penalty. Darrell Hunt in the backfield. He's got Rogers man-to-man on the right side. He's got 2 receivers to the left man-to-man. Hunt takes the carry. Going to be stopped around the 5-yard line, it looks like.
So Rolling Meadows is doing a good job now adjusting to stopping the run. Earlier, remember, Elk Grove was running all over Rolling Meadows, but now Rolling Meadows adjusted the front line a little bit and is focusing on stopping the run and being somewhat successful with it, although it was a 1st down on that pass interference call. But now it's just, 2nd and 5.
Yep, 2nd goal at the 5-yard line.
I would keep the ball again on the ground if I'm Rolling Meadows. If I'm Elk Grove. But I think I would go, left or right rather than up the middle. Yeah. I think you've gone up the middle enough. You've kept the defense honest.
And if you get a score here with how much clock you've eaten up in this 3rd quarter as we're about 3 minutes left, Hunt takes the carry, or actually Pazerski takes the carry in for the touchdown. Danny Pazerski with the QB keeper, making it 20-7, Elk Grove lead.
I like the play call. Instead of faking the middle and running wide, they faked the run wide and ran middle.
Yeah.
Right. I like it. Went right up the middle, quarterback keeper, and scored.
Used the junior legs and Danny Pazerski to make it 20-7 here, and Matt Martirano will take the extra point, trying to make it a 2-score game. As I was saying right before that, this could be a devastator as there are 3 minutes left to go in this 3rd quarter. With the way that both offenses is going, it's been run, and the clock just keeps going.
Yeah, there's not going to be too many more possessions before the game ends. So
Yeah.
it's going to be hard for Rolling Meadows to score twice when their offense is also on the ground, 4 yards and takes 3 plays to get a first down. So it's going to be a lot of time required if Rolling Meadows is going to get back in this game down 2 scores now.
Martirano lines this one up. PAT is on its way and good. 21-7 is our score here at Elk Grove High School. Grens lead it. It's been a little bit of everybody today. Daryl Hunt, Logan Tostrad on the pick 6, and now Pazerski gets a little bit of the rushing action on the touchdown.
Well, that's the thing. Every sport is a team game, right? You can't keep relying on one person or one thing, right? There's multiple ways to win. You can win it with good defense. You can win it with good offense, special teams. There's all kinds of different ways to win the game. And here, like you said, your riches are getting spread around. That's a good sign.
And a great sign for the Grenadiers offense, who had, in the first 24 minutes of this ball game, maybe had possession for 4 minutes of it. And they still have a 2-possession lead of a 21-7. We'll see how Rolling Meadows and their offense respond after this one, as they may have to break out the pass here pretty soon.
Well, and of course, Elk Grove, as happy as it can be, they gave up 55 points last week to Prospect, and here they've only given up 7 to Rolling Meadows.
Yeah.
Although I still feel like Rolling Meadows kind of stops themselves.
Yeah, without a doubt. They've definitely been shooting themselves in the foot more than Elk Grove has stopped the Mustangs. Martirano sets the ball up on the tee, and we're about ready to get this one underway after the QB keeper by Pazerski to make it 21-7. Martirano sends us away. It's another little bit of a squibber. This one is received by Rolling Meadows and will be taken down at the 40-yard line. Bunch of Elk Grove players dive in there late.
Well,
wonder if the ball maybe caught loose.
Well, it was definitely bobbled.
And
but they did get it.
Yeah, number 51 thinks they have it. Elk Grove thinks they have it. Ref is pointing the opposite way, though. And Rolling Meadows will retain possession after a scary.
So Elk Grove thought, like 3 different players were pointing like it was their ball, and then the ref comes through with the arm going the other way.
Everyone's pointing in their direction, and it's just the refs to make the final call.
Yeah, that'd be a cute little TikTok video with the right music behind it.
Joe Cavillers was right around the mix and thought it was theirs for sure. But the offense for Rolling Meadows out onto the field. Joe Bringham, how can the sophomore recover and regroup his offense to go down and get a score? 2 minutes, 57 seconds left in this one in the third quarter. First play stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, and that's the scary thing. Obviously, that went up the middle, but very slow developing play up the middle. So, that execution didn't work. I do think that Rolling Meadows is going to have to air it out a little bit more and risk, a second and long and third and long and still have to throw it. Because either if they get these 4-yard gains and get the chains moved, there's not enough time in the game to do that enough times that they're going to need to score the 2 touchdowns. And so far, they haven't proven they can break anything.
Yep, Vinny Piccolio was the first ball handler. He still remains in the game. Almost draws Elk Grove off once again. But we remain inside, and Brigham looks towards his coach and see what the play call is after the jump. Brigham. Fake handoff to Piccolio. Pass completed over the middle. That's Chaney. Chaney still up on his feet. Finally gets taken down at the 36-yard line. And that could be the momentum that Rolling Meadows needed on a completed pass.
Well, and more than
Ryan
momentum,
Chaney.
yeah, I'm sorry, and more than that, it's the confidence that they gained from that, right? I like the play too. It was a crossing pattern. It was thrown on the run, so it's not like you run out 6 yards and turn around to the quarterback and then get hammered from behind, right? You're on the run, so if you can break a tackle while you're on the run, and that's exactly what he did. He got more yards after the catch than on the catch itself.
Yeah.
Plus, now gives confidence to the Rolling Meadows passing game, which they're going to need to get back in this game.
As Bingham was able to throw in the window that was needed as well for Chaney to get the yards after catch. We got some men in motion. Piccolio in the backfield on the right. They do hand it off to Piccolio. He cuts back up the middle. It's another good run for Rolling Meadows. Going to be stopped about a yard short. The junior running back, Vinny Piccolio.
Isn't it Piccolo? Piccolo?
Yeah.
Piccolo. But that was a 9-yard gain, 8-yard gain?
Yep. It's going to be 2nd and 3 is going to be the official mark as we're under 1 minute here in the third quarter. Rolling Meadows looking to get back into this game as they're down 21-7. Elk Grove, though, had a huge 7-minute possession on the turnover or loss of downs for Rolling Meadows.
Well, in one more play, the quarter's going to end.
Yep. As now Zach Allen is in the backfield. Bring him in the shotgun. They do hand it off to Allen. Allen is going to pick up the first down and will bring us possibly to the end of the quarter, but the clock will stop because of the first down. So 24.9 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Clock's going to remain now and roll. We'll see if Rolling Meadows even calls a play here and gets up to the line, or it snaps it per se.
Well, it's hilarious to watch the coaches signal everything in.
10 seconds left to go in this third quarter. They are up at the line right now. They still are looking towards the sideline, and they're just going to tell them to wait till the quarter ends. And that will do the third quarter action. The only score is 21 on Danny Pazerski's QB run to make it 21-7.
Yeah, I think if I'm Rolling Meadows, I treat every second like gold right here. You're down by 2 scores, so I think I would have tried at least to run a play there.
Or draw them off sides at least. Yeah, get up to the line and do something.
Yeah, right, those hard counts. I don't know if those work that often, but nonetheless, run something. I just felt like 44 seconds left in one play when you're down 2 scores is not fast enough. So Elk Grove, one less play now, maybe even more less plays if the game ends early.
Yeah. The only way that you can make an argument that Rolling Meadows was okay with letting that clock run down is if their coaching staff was, we just had a completed pass for a big yard. Now we know we can throw the ball a little bit on them, and now we're going to get a couple chunk yards here to finish this drive and possibly get another drive. But that means the defense is going to have to come out and stop Elk Grove as well. Well,
and we also remember which way the rain was going. Remember that sheet of rain? It was going from left to right. So now Rolling Meadows is with the wind. So if they're throwing a pass, they get to throw it with the wind instead of against it.
Allen remains in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 1 now in motion. Hand off to Allen up the gut. Actually, it's a broken play. Cheney, touchdown for Rolling Meadows to make it 21-13. Ryan Cheney, the senior wide receiver for Rolling Meadows, on the receiving end.
This Rolling Meadows offense just seems to, I hate to use this word, just seems to roll, right? I mean, they run well, they pass it well. How did they keep stopping themselves? Anyway, there was a great play-action pass, wide open, deeper on the right side. Yeah. Now they're back within 1 score, and they have a whole quarter to get it.
The first play in the fourth quarter goes for about a 30-yard touchdown. Joe Bringham towards Ryan Cheney, the receiving end.
So Elk Grove is going to get the ball back with the lead just by 1 score, and they're probably not going to be able to eat up the whole fourth quarter. So Rolling Meadows is going to get another shot.
Gabe Sherwin sends it up. PAT is good as he's got an absolute boot on him. We'll see if Gabe Sherwin is able to use that in a possible big-time situation.
All right, so if I'm Rolling Meadows, I would try to kick it off as deep as I possibly can, move Elk Grove as far back on defense as you possibly can, try to win a little bit of field position, right, wow, so that you can travel the short end of the field and get the game-tying score. This is an excellent game.
Yeah, without a doubt. You could see this of 2 ways. 2 and 5 teams, both of them coming into this game. Maybe it's a little bit lopsided. But that's definitely not the case here. These teams have gone neck and neck with each other this entire time. You can even argue that Rolling Meadows could be the better team here tonight, besides the penalties that have kind of shot themselves in the foot. Who knows if they would be in the lead right now. But either way, it's planned out that Elk Grove is up 21-14 with 11 minutes and 54 seconds left in the ball game.
Yeah, it just feels like a chess game, more than a football game. I don't know. It's a little bit cerebral with the plays that they're calling, and can they score again without giving up the ball? How much time did they use on the clock? How many possessions in the game are there?
2 receivers back for Elk Grove all the way at the 5-yard line. It's Lucas Rogers and Carter Bourget, possibly.
So obviously Elk Grove respects the long-distance kicking.
As Sherwin's been able to boot the PATs with distance. As Sherwin sends it away. It's a good one towards Lucas Rogers. Catches it in the end zone, and it's going to be a touchback. he wasn't able to call for it. He wanted to take that one out, was Lucas Rogers. Instead, though, they will have possession at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 for Elk Grove. So Pazerski comes back out onto the field. I assume that this Elk Grove sideline wants to do more of the same, is run the football as much as they can, chew as much clock as they can as well, and give Joe Brigham and the sophomore quarterback as little time as possible to drive down the field. But there's still 11 minutes and 50 seconds left to go.
Well, they gave it to Hunt again. He's been very successful on the ground so far today.
Picks up about 4 yards on that one, so it's going to be 2nd and 6.
Well, and that's exactly what Elk Grove needs to do. 4 yards every play, then they can move the chains and eat up a lot of clock. If they can leave not a whole lot of clock for Rolling Meadows, that would be a success, I suppose. But Rolling Meadows looks like they can throw the ball pretty well downfield with not a whole lot of time.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is where you were kind of talking last quarter, where if they got a 4th down stop inside the 25-yard line to kick the field goal to bring it to 2 possessions. We'll see if that happens again. Another handoff to Hunt. Hunt trying to get around the outside. Stays on his feet, and it will now be taken down at the 25-yard line. Pickup of a yard.
Yeah, little things, though. He went outside, but looked like he could have continued to run outside, and if he did, he would have run out of bounds and stopped the clock. So somewhere on the Elk Grove coaching staff, they're saying to him, you can go wide, but stay in bounds. We want that clock to run. Shorten the game as much as they possibly can so that Rolling Meadows gets maybe only 1 possession, not 2, to tie this game up.
Yeah. Definitely 3rd and 4 yards, obviously manageable.
And a big play, though.
Yeah.
Because if they don't get it, they effectively have to punt it, and maybe the punter hasn't been able to punt it that far downfield. And you can't go for it here at the 4th and just a few yards too early in the 4th. And
on deep in your own territory.
Right.
Pazerski looking to pass, rolls out over the hands of Martirano, almost picked off on the deflection. Instead, though, it brings us 4th and 4, Rolling Meadows seeming to get the football back.
The thing is, that pass was right in his hands. I felt like he should have caught it. Maybe you could argue that it was a wet football because of the turf being wet, but it looked like it was in his hands. But then when it got deflected up, you're like, oh, my God, that could be intercepted.
There was 3 Rolling Meadows defenders right behind him.
Now, we'll see how far this punt goes, but Rolling Meadows getting the ball now with their newly found confidence in the air, so we know that they can run and score, right? And now if they can pass through the air as well as they did again, I mean, you almost can see a tie score happening here.
Yeah. Pazerski will punt it away for Elk Grove.
Again, what a great game we're seeing here from 2 and 5 teams.
Rolling Meadows with a chance to tie this one up. It's another short kick. It does take an Elk Grove bounce.
Well, fortunately for the bounce.
Yeah, and it's going to be stopped down at the 43-yard line exactly. That's where Rolling Meadows will take over. As Ryan Chaney was back to receive it, never even made it back to where Ryan Chaney started before the play was snapped.
So if you're Rolling Meadows, you're thinking all you got to do is execute and you will score a touchdown. But will they not get a penalty? Will they not fumble the ball? Will it not get intercepted? Will we be able to control the defensive line? We've
a lot of what ifs.
Yeah, right. Well, we have and Rolling Meadows has a very good offensive coordinator in terms of the play calls.
Allen in the backfield for Rolling Meadows. Chaney is on his right side. He's got Sanzetti on the far side. Chaney in motion. Handoff to Allen. Allen brings it up the middle. Falls to 2 of the feet. He picks up about 5 yards. Good 1st down pickup for Zach Allen, the senior running back for Rolling Meadows.
I get a little bit of anxiety when the ball gets hiked and the receiver is running across the middle.
Yeah,
if that timing isn't perfect, it bumps him in the thigh or something, and then the running back can catch it and gain some yards perhaps.
And who knows, maybe Elk Grove recovers it as well.
Right.
Because we got an injury timeout possibly here. Oh, we're going to keep the clock rolling as
he gets medical attention.
Yeah, Peyton Wiles is the guy that was able to get off the field on his own power. Clock is rolling. 9 minutes, 40 seconds left to go in this ball game.
Yeah, I'd like to see Rolling Meadows pick up the pace. I mean, they look at the coaches for a long time. They get the play called in, of course, the sign language, et cetera. But I just think that they should play with a little bit more sense of urgency because then they get maybe perhaps another attempt at scoring if they don't score on this drive.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would assume that they're taking their time to develop their sophomore quarterback, but game reps are game reps. And they pull it. Chaney gets the wide receiver screen. He's on the outside, and he picks up the 1st down.
Again, another very nice play call.
And a flag is called. Number 78, William Riley, helmet comes off. He was barking at Jeremiah Pickett. Pickett kept barking back at him as well. We'll see exactly what the call is. It's going to be after the play, so it is a first down for Rolling Meadows no matter what the outcome is. It's just going to see where is the ball going to be placed after these flags.
Yeah, back to the play call. I like the speed of the receiver, how he went left, and I think I want to give him the ball a few more times, especially when you got the wide side of the field one way or other. He not only had some speed, but when he got to the tacklers, he was able to bust through a lot of hand tackles there.
Yeah, Ryan Chaney received the touchdown in the fourth quarter to start this one up. And
Ryan Chaney, right. That was a speed demon for sure.
Looks like it's going to be on Rolling Meadows' side.
They're going to have to give Chaney the ball a couple more times to pick up all this yardage.
Absolutely. So we'll see exactly where they're marked. It is going to remain a 1st and 10 because the flag happened after the play. No, they're declining it. So they're saying that the play was still happening when the penalty happened. So it's going to be 2nd and 9 to redo the play. That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, send Chaney deep.
Chaney's on our near side. He's right next to Sanzetti. And we are waiting for the refs to blow the whistle to get us back underway with 9 minutes and 8 seconds left to go in this one. Refs are still talking about it, yeah.
Well, here we go again, though. Rolling Meadows, a penalty against them, that nullified that first down. It seems like it's just one thing after another, and that's the only thing that stops them.
Yeah, absolutely. Their offense has been rolling this entire night, and then offsides, holding, a personal foul on number 78. It's been a lot of let's get the first down, and then something bad happens for the Meadows offense. Sanzetti in motion. Hand off to Allen. Allen breaks a couple tackles, picks up the first down. So they're right about where they would have been with the Chaney pickup.
Yeah, but look at, again, how well their offense executes. That was well over a 10-yard play, and it's constant like this. The Channing, pass to the left was a bunch of yards. This one was a bunch of yards. I mean, Rolling Meadows certainly can move the ball.
Yeah, their offense has been good, and that's also why they've scored 166 points on the year. So it's not a question that their offense isn't bad. It's just how can the defense hold up. So bring him, pulls it back. They're taking a chance. That's Jack Anderson just outside the reach of Jack Anderson. It could have been gone for the touchdown if they were on the same page.
There again, I like to throw the ball in such a way that the receiver comes more across the field. It's harder to throw the ball over his head. Certainly it's hard to make an over-the-head catch from when the ball's directly thrown behind you. But when you're crossing the field, even at a diagonal of any type, it's easier to catch up to that ball, and you don't have to throw it as far and be as perfect on the pass.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it was just I don't know, he wasn't off by far still. But I think I'd like to see more slants and across-the-field type plays or outs, to the sideline.
Yeah, so we got Chaney and Anderson on this near sideline. Piccolo in the backfield. Fake handoff to Piccolo. They go to Anderson, and it's going to be an incomplete pass as the throw is at the legs of Anderson. That brings up 3rd and 10. Good news for Rolling Meadows, though. Maybe 2 seconds have gone off on the clock the last 2 plays because they've been quick passes.
Right, but I think that's one of those, if it were complete, it wasn't going anywhere anyways.
Yeah.
So, Rolling Meadows has to, I think, look more downfield. And when I mean downfield, it doesn't have to be 30 yards downfield. I'm looking, 8 yards over the middle and on a deeper slant, something like that, where they can throw it and keep running.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, plus territory here for Rolling Meadows, too. You think they run it, try and get it to 4th and manageable, or what would you draw up here at 3rd and 10?
I'd have a play action anyway because they're running. The running is a threat. There is no play action there.
There's a pass up the middle and intercepted on the receiving end. Number 51 on the interception. He's going to be taken down at the 40-yard line. Number 51, Joe Cavilers, with a huge interception for this Elk Grove defense. And that's exactly what Rolling Meadows did not want.
Yeah, that's probably Covalier's best play of the year. He'll remember this for his life probably on senior night, right?
And he is a senior. So what a way to go out here on the home turf for Joe Cavaliers, the linebacker senior. for the Grenadiers.
I had a Heather Covaliers play on my volleyball team years back. I'm trying to wonder if there's a relation here. Younger brother, perhaps.
So 8 minutes, 5 seconds left to go in this one. Elk Grove can almost put the nail in the coffin, taking up time and getting a score here as well.
Well, now you're right. That's exactly what they got to do. Eat up time and keep time off the clock for Rolling Meadows.
Hand off to Daryl Hunt. Hunt's going to be stopped immediately. Finally get driven down. Whistle will give him the forward progress, though. Looks like it's going to be stopped for a no gain. 2nd and 10 coming up. Clock still runs, though, under 8 minutes here in the fourth quarter.
So Elk Grove is going to eat up as much clock as they can. Of course, you want to keep it on the ground. But, you run 2 plays and you convert a 3rd down and you get, a couple more minutes off that clock.
Yeah.
And then even if Rolling Meadows gets the ball back, Rolling Meadows just hasn't shown the ability to sustain a drive without some disaster occurring.
Yeah, 3 interceptions, one of them going for 6. The difference in the ball game right now is that pick 6. Buzerski has Hunt in the backfield, 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right. Berkowitz in motion. Hand off to Hunt. Hunt's got a big hole. That's going to be a pickup of a 1st down. They'll be taken down at the 25-yard line as well. And the chains move over for Daryl Hunt and the Grenadiers offense.
Yeah, Dylan Morin obviously was trying to tackle him by the ball. It wasn't even looking to try to tackle the runner.
Yeah.
He went for the ball, and it looked like he almost had it. And, of course, then the runner said, enough of this, I'm going down on the ground. But a 1st down, and the clock keeps going.
Yep, under 7 here. Daryl Hunt with an aggressive run on that 2nd and 10. Picks up the 1st down and the pickup of about 20 yards, it looked like.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody's thinking field goal at this point, but any score makes it a 2-score game, and it'll put it out of reach.
Definitely want to try and get that touchdown. But like you said, any score will help. Another handoff to Hunt. Hunt up the middle. Gets another big chunk of yards. He's going to fall around the 17-yard line.
Yeah, there's got to be a fancy way to say this, but doing anything other than handing off to Hunt would probably be a mistake.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, another thing to say would be it's never a mistake to hand it off to Hunt.
Yeah.
Now the question is, should Hunt go left, go right, or go up the middle?
Yeah, the last 2 times have gone up the middle, and it's been very successful. As it's going to be 2nd and 3. We have a injury timeout, I believe. Stoppage player for Rolling Meadows does exit. We got a newcomer coming on, number 44. Nathan Levinsky, he's a junior for this Rolling Meadows team. He's the linebacker. Hunt remains in the backfield. They have Dominic Belmonte to the left, Lucas Rogers to the right, and as with Matt Martirano to the right as well. Berkowitz slides across, handoff to Derek Hunt, goes through the middle. I think he gets tripped up by one of his own blockers. Looked like Berkowitz tripped him up. He falls down to the ground. Pickup of 2 yards maybe. Yep, 3rd and 2 it is going to be, but we're under 6 minutes to go in this ball game.
Well, you want to say this 3rd down play is huge, and it absolutely is huge. But on the other hand, as long as you run up the middle and you don't lose much yardage, you still got a 4th down play call here. You might get a 1st down, then the 3rd or the 4th down run, and the clock is ticking at 5:28. So right now, Elk Grove is absolutely in control of this game.
Yeah, they control their destiny no matter what. On senior night here, it would be a great way to get a win for these seniors on their last game on the home turf.
Again, something they'll remember forever, and what they won't remember is the ultimate record of 3 and 5.
Mm-hmm. Hand off to Berkowitz up the middle. Berkowitz pushing for it. Looks like they're going to get him the 1st down. Dylan Berkowitz on the FB, the fullback handoff instead of the running back handoff.
That had a Philadelphia brotherly shove look to it,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, absolutely it did.
The whole pile of people just moved that pile forward and gained a lot more than just the 1 yard they needed.
Yep. You can say the Philadelphia Eagle play, or you could say they took that one out of the 49ers with Kyle Juszczyk, one of the best fullbacks in the game right now. Scored a touchdown on Sunday night against the Cowboys. That was Kyle Juszczyk. Same formation for Elk Grove. Berkowitz in the fullback position, and then Jeremiah Pickett now looks to be the running back. And Berkowitz goes to the wrong side, so it is going to be taken down. Pazerski is going to take the damage on that one as Berkowitz went to the wrong side.
Well, at the same time, 2 yards. clock ticks.
Yep, yeah. At the end of the day, it just gives your receiver a hit that he probably didn't need.
Right.
Your quarterback, my apologies.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like they can get a first down without a touchdown. I mean, I think technically there's like a half yard or a yard away, right? But it looks to me like there's no way to get a first down.
So it's 2nd and 8 at the 9-yard line, so they would need to get to the 1-yard line to get the first down, but at that point you're in the end zone.
Yeah, so it's not like you can just get a first down and then ice the game. You're going to have to score and give Rolling Meadows a chance to somehow get a miracle 2 touchdowns before the game ends. But keep it on the ground.
Yep. Jeremiah Pickett remains in the backfield. Berkowitz will stand right in front of Pickett.
Well, tell him to get out of the way.
Pazurski now under center. They do fake handoff to Berkowitz. Pazurski stays on the feet, picks up maybe 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd and long. But like we've been saying this entire drive, clock remains running as we approach 3 minutes left to go in this ball game.
Yeah, I didn't mind that quarterback keeper, right? And I didn't. We talked earlier about you didn't want to get your quarterback killed on a tackle and then expect him to pinpoint the next pass, right? But I don't mind not handing off when you're this late in the game, 3 minutes to go. The worst thing that can happen is an exchange or you fumble the ball and somebody runs it back. So a quarterback keeper, go for it.
Yeah.
But 3rd down, so
3rd and 6.
Yeah, Rolling Meadows can't stop the clock. Well, they can stop the clock, but they're going to get the ball back like with a minute to go in the game if they ever get it back.
Yep. Pickett, only guy in the backfield. Pazurski's out of the shotgun. They hand it off to Hunt. Hunt on the outside, and he will walk into the end zone untouched to really put the nail in the coffin here, make it 27-14 on senior night. Grenadiers just 2 minutes, 30 seconds away for a senior night victory.
So Dunn needed just a little bit of a breather, go back in, and it was an easy score. Go up the middle, fake up the middle, and then slide over to the right where there was just no defense. So 2-score lead, not enough time probably for Rolling Meadows to get 2 scores. But if they do get less score, the next kick will be another one of those onside things, right?
I mean, Hunt walked into the end zone untouched. Either you or I, Bill or Bob, could have walked into the end zone as well on that play. The blocking was so good as the extra point is blocked. So 27-14, 2 touchdowns could win this game if the extra points go in.
Yeah, those extra points, right, matter, especially when it's early in the game, right? But obviously that extra point, you're up by 13 points. It's a pretty tough haul for Rolling Meadows to get 2 touchdowns. But if they do get 2 touchdowns, then you have a 1-point win. But that's going to be real tough to do. Rolling Meadows has been successful through the air, although the interceptions have been killing them.
Yeah. Well, when the QB, Joe Brigham, hasn't forced the play into tight windows, he's been very successful, but he's forced it 3 times. One of them's gone for a pick 6 and 3 turnovers total. Well, while we got a break here, as always, thank you to EGTV for setting us up, as this again is our last broadcast of the fall. We're very excited for the winter sports to come, men's and women's basketball as well as wrestling. I'm super excited for my first basketball season. Martirano heads to the 40-yard line to send us away with 2 minutes, 30 seconds left. The Grenadiers up by 2 scores.
So normally you would expect a deep kick here, but Elk Grove likes to kick these little shorter pop-ups so that it limits the return. So I think we should probably expect that.
Yeah, they're only at the 20-yard line now, the deepest receivers from Rolling Meadows. And it is towards the direction. This is going to be Sanzetti. He catches it on his feet and runs. He's got some room. Only got Martirano to beat. Sanzetti's going to return this one all the way to the end zone. Anthony Sanzetti scores a huge touchdown for Rolling Meadows. This game is not over.
I did not see that coming.
Yeah, absolutely not. 12 seconds is taken off the clock, and now Rolling Meadows is going to turn it back over to their defense.
And what's precisely the reason they kick it semi-short like that is so that they can bottle up a receiver like that.
Yeah.
But I like what he did. He took the ball on the run and ran past all the stationary Elk Grove defenders. What a fantastic kick return.
Anthony Sanzetti, the senior, it's not his senior night at Elk Grove, but he gave some people some memories on that return.
So 27, soon to be probably 21.
Yeah.
And then you're thinking, well, maybe you don't need to kick it onside, but I think they do have 3 timeouts. So if they don't kick it onside, they push Elk Grove back, then they get better field position, but they're still going to need a touchdown. So sometimes it doesn't matter if you're 40 yards away or 60 yards away or 80 yards away. You still have to get some kind of play where you're behind the defense.
Yeah. So Gabe Churin looking to kick this one away. He's 2 for 2 on the PATs so far. It was up and good, makes it 3 for 3.
So what a great game between these two teams is turning out. So we're probably going to see the onside kick. That would be my bet, right? So they'll have a chance to recover it. And if they do have a chance to recover it, they've got plenty of time to score a touchdown. If they don't recover it, they still have 3 timeouts to stop the clock, and then Elk Grove might have to give up the ball. You never know, a punt return, a fumbled snap, a block
Anything
kick.
can happen. We've seen it. Both teams had bad snaps that went about 20 yards past the QB, so it's able to happen here tonight.
Yeah, it's plenty of time. Although maybe Rolling Meadows would like a 5th quarter.
Yeah, this entire night it seems like Rolling Meadows is just one play away from getting all of the momentum away from Elk Grove. Maybe that play just happened, but time of possession has been in Rolling Meadows' favor. It's been all Rolling Meadows, but they're down on the scoreboard 27-21. Daryl Hunt is the only guy about the 15-yard line for Elk Grove. Everyone else is up front, so Elk Grove is definitely thinking onside kick here.
Well, I think everybody in this whole entire stadium is thinking onside kick. The question is, can the all-hands team up at the front come up with the ball? Is there going to be an offsides on the kick? All kinds of things can happen. But there is a, X amount of percent chance that Rolling Meadows can get the ball back.
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like
the chess game continues.
Yeah. He's acting like he's going to kick this one away. We'll see exactly what he does. This Gabe Churin?
We all know he's not doing that.
Churin is going to boot it away. He sends it to Daryl Hunt. Hunt muffs it in the play, and he's going to kneel it down at the 3-yard line. I believe that is where they're going to be taken over because he muffed the punt.
He has to think he was in the end zone when that happened. I don't know why you would ever just down the ball at the 3-yard line like that. So now Elk Grove has the ball at their 3-yard line. Thinking about if you were to go back and take a safety, then you got to punt it again, so that won't happen.
Daryl Hunt, the junior.
You really can't air it out because then it gets intercepted in your own zone. So you got to stay on the ground. There are 3 timeouts left.
Definitely want to give yourself some room here as well in case you do have to pass.
And if you punt and you don't punt it very far, the ball isn't going to be that far away from your own end zone. Boy, that was an accident.
Yeah, as Przerski's leg hasn't been there today. He's had some good punts. He's got a couple good rolls, but tonight it hasn't been the strength of this special teams for Elk Grove. They do hand it off to Daryl Hunt. He's getting a good second effort, but it doesn't look like it's going to go anywhere. 2nd and 10.
And now what you also have to do is swipe the ball out of his hands. And, of course, he's not prone to fumbling, we don't think at least, not by the way that he runs. He protects it well with both hands.
Timeout by Rolling Meadows.
But
2 minutes, 4 seconds.
Right, not much of a gain on that. They stuffed the line. And I just don't see Elk Grove putting the ball up in the air. Even if there's like an 11-man front, they're still not going to throw the ball, I would think.
Yeah.
And there is enough time to get the punt off, and maybe you get the ball with a minute and a half to go, and it won't be too far upfield. Well, if they get a first down, I don't want to say it's over, but it's over.
Yeah, especially with timeouts. Every time you stay in bounds, every time you run the ball, Rolling Meadows will use one of their 2 timeouts that remain.
Right, so Elk Grove has to view it like this. Okay, we're 10 yards away from a touchdown, but we're not allowed to pass to get that touchdown.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I wonder how often they run that offense in practice.
I assume that Hunt is going to get the majority of the workload as he has pretty much the entire night. Pickett's definitely got some handoffs. Berkowitz got some handoffs as well, but Daryl Hunt has been the cowbell running back tonight.
The other alternative is, fake him up the middle and run with the quarterback. I mean, they did that before.
Yeah, and it worked out well for him.
Well, and then that also eliminates the exchange. You can't fumble an exchange at your own 2-yard line here.
Yeah, absolutely. Slippery ball, too. You got to make sure that is well done. Hunt receives the handoff, cuts it out to the outside, stays on his feet.
And the fumble? No, it's down.
They are naming saying that Daryl Hunt was down. Rolling Meadows did come up with it. Hunt remains on the ground,
Yeah,
though.
he got bent backwards on that
Yeah.
play, which is probably why he dropped the ball. So his knee was on the ground, got bent backwards. It went ouch and dropped the football, and Rolling Meadows thought they had it. The sound by contact, third down, still a bunch of yards. Now they're going to probably have to hand off to Pickett or just make the quarterback keeper, and I hope he's okay. It's
Hunt.
twisted ankle.
Yeah, he's not putting any pressure on the right leg right now. He's trying to limp off. Both trainers will go towards him and help him off the field. Otherwise, 3rd and 9 at the 4-yard line. Will Elk Grove here.
Give Hunt credit for trying to make something out of nothing there, but I think late in the game like this,
You just gotta go down.
just go down, right? Eliminate any chance for losing the ball.
The only good news on the Elk Grove side, we both saw from up here, and we're about a mile away, that he was down before the fumble happened. But, never in the NFL and college, they got 80 different views that could see his knee was about a centimeter off the ground, but not here at the high school level.
Well, and then, of course, in the pros, if the ball is moving in your hands,
Yeah.
and they judge that the fumble is beginning to get out, and then if you're down, you're still not down because you didn't have control of the ball. So it's possible maybe a replay on YouTube later, you can see that, you can run it at any speed you want.
Yeah.
But whatever, it's 3rd and about, 9 yards still, so there's been no gain. They still just can't throw the ball. You can't risk an interception, or you can risk a safety, but then you get the punt it from the 20 instead of your own end zone.
Yeah.
You're down 6, so if they score, they're going to get the extra point anyway. So safety isn't a bad call here.
Pazerski, they will pass. They're going to take a shot. Double coverage, Lucas Rogers.
And this is one of the worst
flag.
calls I think I've seen in a long time. I think somebody needs to pick that flag up or say it was uncatchable.
Yeah, I do agree with you. That one was over the head of Lucas Rogers.
And plus the situation, the game is over if that flag stands.
And, boy, they're talking it over right now, but I think it is going to stand.
Well, that was just a horrible call in my view. I'm sorry.
They are talking to the coach right now, the head ref. We'll see exactly what it is.
I hope they pick that flag up. But for Noah, that's what the call is. Holding
on the
defense.
defense.
First down. That's the end of the game.
It looked like the referee put back up the 3rd down sign.
They have 2 timeouts left, so it's not totally the end of the game, but I just don't think that call should have been made.
They definitely picked up the pass interference flag, so there must have been a holding on the line, but I don't understand what it was.
Even the PA announcers behind us are saying the same thing. What call is that? Well, it was called holding, so it's a first down, and then the pass interference flag could only have been picked up.
So 3rd down, and it's, holding is a 3rd down, a 5-yard penalty, so it's going to make it 3rd and 1.
I'm back to what call is this, because it should be a first down then.
Yeah. They do hand it off. Berkowitz is stopped right away. This is going to be, where is it going to be marked? Both teams are saying their direction. We'll see exactly what the call is.
Meanwhile, the clock is ticking. So somebody finally called timeout. They're saying first down.
First down for Elk Grove.
So that penalty, well, it wasn't the pass interference flag that caused that penalty, so I'm glad about that. That flag did get picked up, but I still don't understand the 5 yards and the loss of down
The
play.
other problem was it was 3rd and 9, so it was an 8-yard holding call. So it must have been, they must have marked it at where the holding started.
It doesn't make sense. Well, somebody will have to explain that to us one day.
The coach for Elk Grove is all the way where the ball is placed on the field. So hopefully they do not get called for a penalty for that as well. As he wants an explanation as what happened.
They're marking it. So, they're measuring it. So the question is it indeed a first down or not? The referees initially called it a first down, which high schools like to do. Looks like it's going to be a
call.
Well.
It is going to be a first down. It looked like the nose was barely across the chain. First down for the Grens.
And meanwhile, there's only 1 timeout left, so they can stop the clock once, 2 more runs, 2 30-ish second clocks. If they ever get the ball back, it's going to be, with like a dozen seconds left.
1 minute, 33 seconds remain.
What a wild finish.
Yeah, absolutely. Kneeling it down at the 3-yard line. A holding call that we still are confused about up here. The chain gang comes out for the first time this year. So 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line, clock running, 1:10 left to go. Look like Rolling Meadows is going to keep that one in the pocket for right now. Elk Grove taking their time to get up to the line.
Yeah, we got to roll back that play on that holding call and see what we see.
Pickett gets the carry. Pickett breaks to the outside, one man to beat. He's finally going to be taken down. Gets about a pickup of 6 yards. Clock remains to run.
Now they stop it.
And there's
final timeout.
Yep, final timeout. 46 seconds remain.
So you got like one more play to try to grab the ball out of his hands.
Yep, exactly.
Maybe let him gain some yardage.
Unless they kneel it down.
Well, that would be the smart thing to do, yeah.
We don't need a Miami, Georgia Tech from this past weekend. What a brutal call by the Miami head coach. While we do have a second here, I do want to say thank you to all the seniors on this Elk Grove squad, parents as well, as they can't be living out their dream without you guys. So if you're not here, thank you for all of that. And one day all these kids will remember what sacrifices that you gave up so they could play their dream, as I was once in this position. And they never will forget my senior nights in the collegiate level or the high school level. So thank you to everyone out there if you're not here at Elk Grove tonight.
Hey, you do that pretty well.
Thank you.
It came from the heart. You could tell.
Thank you.
That's pretty amazing. Nicely done.
Thank you. Yes, we'll see if they come out with the victory formation.
Yeah, that's what it is. Well, that's what they should do.
Yeah, absolutely.
There it is. Yep.
And we are one knee away here. 43 seconds. Clock is now turning. Did they snap the ball?
They snapped it, and then he stayed for a few seconds before he put his knee down on the ground. I don't really like that. I think, once you look like you're doing that knee,
someone could come and get you.
Yeah, and I think you should try to prevent the injury. But I think they're saying the clock in the game is over here.
Yep. As the Elk Grove players meet the offensive guys out on the field, still about 15 seconds till this one's official, but it was a hard-fought win for this Grenadiers offense. Next week they travel to Hershey to try and get a big win. They moved to 3-5 overall as Rolling Meadows falls to 2-6.
I was impressed in how exciting the game was down the stretch, right? Rolling
Start
Meadows
to
made
finish.
It close, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Great game.
As it is now official, 27-21. Elk Grove wins here on senior night. This is once again the last broadcast of the fall. Bob, it's always a pleasure. Women's volleyball, now first time football. I'm sure we'll see each other soon again.
Well, I hope so. I look forward to it. It's always fun.
Awesome. Thank you once again to EGTV. He's Bob Vilsele. I'm Chris Randall. We'll see you in December for basketball and wrestling.